Well, under the lights, football talks are just so much better. I'm back. A very good evening to you and yours. Welcome to it. It's the Gauteng Development League's home, as we call it. It's football on 216, exclusive to SuperSport schools as well as SABC+. My name is Itumeleng Khosikgadi Akhabanda. I get to be your captain, as I said that I am back. But you do know that when the cat's away, the mice will play. One thing about this mice, though, I bought the same mice that were playing around last year. Gents, good evening.
Hey, hello, see you, man. Hey, hello, see you. But there is stars to see.
Wait again.
There is stars now. It's so good.
I want to start with you so good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for keeping the chair warm. The greatest bench warmer, but but just how are you guys doing? Please.
Yeah, simnani mfethu sothini. Kumele sichubeke uyabona bese lokho sichubeka but mawukhona yazi nawe sihlale sisho iskimi siphelele zonke izinto ayiphelele.
Yeah, excuse Pelele, and that's exactly it. Orapeleng Mahaki, Swisso with Legonkem Simango, as well as Levahag Mahum and Tanakoma Flagstaff, stand up because your boy is in the building. As you know, every single week we relive the magic that took place on a sizzling Sunday, which was yesterday, but also we sprinkled in some off-air moments, and today is going to be a bit different. You know those decisions that take place on the pitch, and you're just like, was that the right decision? Well, we get to put our referees in check this week as we review some of the decisions that turned the game upside down. Others were winning and in favor of certain teams, and other teams are actually sitting anxiously and they want to know, were those decisions correct? A former referee rather, will be in studio and he gets to dissect those moments. Yesterday we took a trip and we stopped out in Vereeniging, and that's where we were. It was an exciting time. Every time we are at the home of Remember Elite Sports Academy, it's always a good time.
Good evening, and well, it's nice to have you back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, sure.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah, but speaking about yesterday, Itumeleng, you know, Resa is always a jump. Yeah. I mean, I like to challenge every parent who has a kid in GDL to make a trip to Vereeniging. Those boys will make you feel the atmosphere, will make you see what GDL is all about. They keep us active, us as commentators as well. If the atmosphere is so electrifying like that, I mean, that energy that goes in there, but they make it fun for us in Vereeniging.
They certainly make it fun. There's one thing that we did when we got in, right? It's like every time we go to Resa, there's always something different. There were new sponsors that we saw. Let's talk about how impressed you were.
The CEO ya Resa are ge chairman Sfiso are CEO ka gone cheledi o te ka jalo wena kgetsi ka mana ka itumela ka mogwa khorumetsang ka teng re bone ba brandile bontsha mompe mo re ka se bue leina gona no fela ke bona gore ba kharatha man gore every time re kwa bana kgetsi motho go se go se re go se bona ka gone ano re bone jalo new sponsorship ka go bontsha gore bolo ya mokasi wena kgetsi ya ka Sfiso tlhola bua bolo ya mokasi ba bula matlho ba simula go lebella batho.
Yeah, and we say thank you so much to the sponsors who are jumping on board to the finest development league within the country, that being the Gauteng Development League. Before we dive into all the action that took place, let's get a touch on this though. As you know, the 15th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations for the under-17 is well underway out in Morocco. And as third place, we get to we have qualified to compete within this competition, and as South Africa's under-17s, we want to go all the way. If you don't know, just to relive some of the scores that have already come in, we had Morocco up against Uganda. Morocco being the host nation, they secured a 5-0 victory. Tanzania as well as Zambia got the better of them. They secured a 4-1 victory. We had Burkina Faso up against Cameroon. Burkina Faso with that 2-0 victory. That game is currently underway. And then tonight, the big one at 10 p.m. Gents. We need to rush out of here, Mashaisa, because South Africa up against Egypt. Sfiso?
Yeah, into ngibe ngicabanga bafethu ukuthi ama-Jimbos kuzomela akhuphula izinga lawo. Uzokhumbula ukuthi ngendlela esingene ngayo yakhumbula ukuthi kwakungamele singene kwaseqaleni, and then kwaba khona indlela ke ezinye kwathiwa sagcina
sangena iZambia yasibamba nje
yasibamba nje saqhamuka sesingene yabona. So kuzomela akhuphule izinga ama-Jimbos, but ngiyathemba kakhulukazi ngithemba ngibone ischeme sabo from go goalkeeper uLwandiso Radebe yabona. So ngiyathemba ukuthi khona into ezohlangana lapha.
Yeah, it's an exciting one. Obviously, we also know the likes of Bukamuso is out there, Maraletsi is out there, Witboy is also out there. What do you think? What is the sugar, the flair that they're going to be showing Egypt tonight? And also, Egypt being a tough opponent.
It's going to be interesting in Tumeleng. I mean, I think that's the biggest game. I wish it was the final already against Egypt, but I mean, we're starting. So I think we need to start good. I mean, we don't have to give Egypt the chance on this one. We must make sure that we go all in. Unfortunately, Lwandiso Khadebe won't be starting again because he had a red card on previous games. We know the incident of Tebogo Mokoena. But this time, the Amajimbo's team manager, we can say the goggles are Lwandiso is not going to be starting today.
Yeah, so set those reminders. As you're watching football on 216, you know exactly after us, you need to watch Amajimbos as they're up in action up against Egypt. This will be at 10 p.m. Exciting, exciting news. As you can see, my hands are full, so let's dive into the action. Talking all things about Remember Elite Sports Academy, starting with the under-14 encounter. But the pitches, or not the pitches rather, the pitch that was played upon was waterlogged.
Yeah.
First thing when we got there, we're just like, how? It was raining yesterday in Val.
Ebile ke latela basedi ganye ke bara ke re banna re ka tshameke go metsi ha ke lebella metsi ya tse mara o itse ke se ratang ke gore before ba tshameka wena ntsala ke tshwantse ba lebelle pele ba assessa ke bo ntse ba tsamatsa mafale gore ne amana la le gore metsi ya teng sometimes fa le gore metsi ya teng mara go a tshamekega re tswela pele mara re bone gore la go go le yalo wena sfa so go na le mo le gore bolo ne tsamateng itlhe eme stadium e sa fitla go ya ntse so ina le gore e ba disengana mara se se siameng ke gore ba ntse decision e sharp ya gore bona man la go le yana tlo tswela pele re tshameke.
Yeah, I think Ibenetim iloki viglong because ivaling asekaslam, so it's like 35 minutes. Sekaslam. So so beneta iviglong eval. But into esibonile phana into engichazile if amathima amakhulu siyakhumbula Mamelodi Sundowns Orlando Pirates badlala emanzini thina singobani adlaleni benisho kanjani
Ari yenki game.
Yeah, but I think one thing that interested me when we got to the field, I saw Clifford Mutaung, match commissioner. He was in the middle of the park. Leba tsereganyi go bontsha gore ba bona gore situation e yang now o tshwantse apply the rules. But a ke rena le former referee o ileng gore o tla re bolela the rules ke what Clifford Mutaung told me was like 80% of the pitch ga ena metsi 20% ena le metsi mme fela seo se ra gore motshameko ka tswela pele.
Yeah, motshameko ya tswela pele indeed, and we started off with the under-14 encounter where it was Kaizer Chiefs who got the better of Remember Elite Sports Academy. Under-14s of Kaizer Chiefs, as you know them from under-13, have been lethal under the tutelage of Coach Bamji, and they continued. 3-0 victory lives you in commentary.
Khaitsedi aka o ntsha star o tsenya star
Cream for cream.
o ntsha tlotlang matsotso re mo itse gore o ntsa tshameka sentle mara guess what o tsenya mang
Liburu.
Tebogo Liburu o etsang Liburu o tsena ka so tsala ke ne ke maketse gore mantsha matsotso ra mo itse o kotse matsotso mara no ha ba tsenya Liburu ke bone gore okay go sengwe se leng gore o se bone batla go se ka rena go tseding ha o ntshiwa doesn't mean gore a o itse it means gore tactical change ya bone ka jalo ke dumeletse go bona gore o ntsha star o tsenya star.
The timing of that substitute, obviously because it took place within the first half.
A kra no analyze motshameko wa le mokatiso a bona gore okay man mara mo le ka go tsamega sentle ke tla ke ntshe ora our defensive striker ke tsenye ke ba defensive striker
Mara ke mo kgalemetse ke season e ntšha ke tsore batla ke mo
ke tsenye Siso our attacking midfielder.
And talking about how that game played out, obviously it was Remember Elite Sports Academy who came and they decided to play a low block at first. Maintaining that for better of the first half did work, Sfiso.
Yeah, beloki sebenza kodwa ke enye into mangathi ya checka iKaizer Chiefs kwa wonke ama games from under 14 iqale ukudlala kahle ku second half. So into eshaye iresa kuma under 14 ukuthi first half siyadlala kodwa umoya kuyasho fitness ye resa ne Chiefs ngeke uyicompare. So second half lapho iqale khona ubona iChiefs.
I think also the Rebamji batshamiki ga tsana go lebaleng ga o lebella the condition of the pitch as well. That's why I get this club as Kaizer Chiefs, they took longer to adjust because the pitch was not that nice. I think le ga ba etsa di warm up re bone le bone ne kete ba ka sokola. But one thing e ke batlang go ikgotlaganyane ke khanya ba tshwara dino ba resa from under 14. From under 14
Absolutely
we saw from under 14
exceptional. Safe hands. There's something going on at Remember Elite Sports Academy. Obviously, we know a couple of years ago, I think even now the conversation is still going on, saying that South Africa is not producing enough locally based goalkeepers, right? And when we say that, people who will be eligible to represent South Africa when it comes to senior stage. So remember, Elite Sports Academy is doing an incredible job in making sure that they nurture them from that age.
Yeah, ngicabanga ukuthi kakhulukazi
Mufike was on fire, sorry.
ngicabanga ukuthi nje kumele sishayele izandla umuntu goalkeeper coach lapha kwi-Remember Elite Sports Academy. Ngiyazi ukuthi siyabazi aboShayib Walters, siyabazi abe-Runback, but yena simazi asazi ukuthi ubani, kumele ayiveze. Mayithi uyabona umuntu uyabukela la ayiveze simshayele izandla ngoba throughout until under 19 bebenze goalkeeper khona.
I think also ucheck the scouting department ya Resa, because how can the goalkeepers, I don't think most of them nabaleting on the last season. Goalkeeper tswana le Vilakati did so very well.
From Eswazini.
From Eswazini, Vilakati. So I think also the scouting eba etsa. Batama Africa Buraka Bopara, Babatla Batamiki. So I think journalism se sentle se tsamaya for Resa ka fo.
Yeah, the Gauteng Development League, not just looking for players who are locally based, but also we go around the country, we go into other countries, we import as well, just to make sure that we have the best of the best when it comes to this specific league. Rapeling, just quickly, your favorite song that is sang de Koko Remember Elite.
Tabo dula fati tabo. Araka kebe dula fati. Una le mo ya.
The reason.
Tabo nanga ke kadula fasi ke na le mo.
Ngibona ama under 15 adecula. Rapeling uyawamisa man wo. Ulani Tabo dula fati.
And what you're wondering, Tabo dula fati translates into Tabo sit down. Sit down, and I'll just assume for Remember Elite Sports Academy, Tabo would be their opposition, that they must sit down and just take a seat because they're about to rule. Talking about Igwijo, that's one thing that certainly was taking place out in the stands, but also lives up. Just didn't want to be left out. He stats in the stands. Had a conversation with some of them, and this is what they had to say.
Mamnandu Mnandi, Maiguwe, Iguwe is football on 216 Val. Ayarata ball on Fanaremu Val today. Kaizer Chiefs, it's a Mekale Resa. Women in sports. Definition yoneki mkhuna. Definition yoneki. Mama, kunjani?
Ngiyaphila kunjani?
Ngiyaphila. Mama, nifunani la?
Sithanda ibhola, siyayisupporta, siyayithanda iReza, kumnandi kakhulu, siyajabula masizelana. Labantwana siyabathanda kamnandi, kukhulu kamnandi. Yebo baba.
So manje mama wena ngitshele lana khona umsupportawe la or vele uthanda ibhola wena?
Hayi bengizobukela umntanami udlala la kuResa, and then manje uphumile bekadlala under 15, so now sesibukela under 19 ngoba ibhola ngiyalithanda, that's why ngisahleli ngibukela.
Usahleli namanje?
Yes.
Yini ongayisho vele kubazali abanezingane abadlala ibhola emakhaya?
Oh, into engabatshela yona ukuthi ngicela nisupporteni abantwana benu, babalekile empilweni, everything abayenzayo nibe there for bona.
Mom. It's football on 216.
That's all the fun that took place in the fans. Mamnandi, Ipinking, and talking about that under 14 encounter that was taking place. Just to continue with the conversation, Lives, before we actually continue. No. We appreciate good football. We appreciate good football.
Yes.
Ngibona labantu khuluma nabo Lebza bathi ba support iResa bayajabula. Khona we Chiefs wake up now uyajabula.
And we are, because they are talking about that under 14 encounter. We love also interacting with the players who don't necessarily get much game time. And one of our favorites is number 11 for Kaizer Chiefs. Size 0. Because I'm size 1.
Oh yeah.
He's like a size 12. You know.
Abana offense thanyane ne go gonyenyana go pekinene sone.
He's so small.
Nyane tsa fetsa petrol.
Fetsa petrol. Ha mo gere khole ba mo tsela ne mare ma ba ne sfiso. O shapile assist from the bench mfana. Assist assist go bona go kere go korama tebole buru.
Okay.
From the bench.
Yeah.
Assist wa kora from the bench.
Yeah, uyabona ukuthi kushuthi isebenzile lokapam. Yes. And offense bengazi ukuthi una 13, nabe ngihlale ngitshot na 11.
Yeah.
13.
He's 13.
And another thing eleng hore intumedisitse kwa ke bonele ne Semen athola game time. So Semen o thotse game time, Tanyana o thotse game time. I think now they are bringing them into the group level now, they must start playing now.
Yeah. And this is what we love when teams do perform, right? Because that means the competition is tight. But when you know that we're already leading, let's give other people a bit a run out, right?
Yeah. mara nako tse dingwe o batla go nosa go le gontsi ka gore motshameko mo tsaya kana ke ipotsa ke re ba ne ba ntsha matsoso gandi le buru tshwere something so nako tse dingwe go aka gore o mongwe o leng gore o tshameka kgatlhanong le ene ko lebaleng o dira yang ga e le gore o tshweletse go feta wena o go dula ko benche mara o tsweletsa o go ba yena ko benche.
Well, that's the under 14 encounter where it was Kaizer Chiefs who got the better of Remember Elite Sports Academy. Then we moved on to the under 15 encounter where Kaizer Chiefs continued with that momentum. Coach Jimmy Jumbo, so animated on the sides, so exciting. The things he says are literally my favorite. But Kaizer Chiefs securing that victory again. Raps, you and Sfiso in commentary for that one.
The only player that the AK winning. Okay, Baba ntsi ba tshamekile, but Neo Dlamini, I think Neo Dlamini last year nadlala as a centre back go under 13.
Yeah.
This year ba mo tsere ba meile as a central attack defending midfielder. Yo, Neo Dlamini, he's so brilliant there. And then Reboni Selailo Muluisi, we don't ever write him off.
He scored, guys.
Don't ever write him off.
He scored. But then we talk about what that goal means because Selailo Muluisi is one of those players, exceptional. Technically, the way he thinks everything. But it's just finding the back of the net that's been that one thing that's been missing.
Exactly. Well, ngobethi singamwrite off is because of into ngisho comment. I think ngisaqhubeka ngisayisho namanje because uSilayelo uzomkhumbula ukuthi simaze edlala esayidini. So ucoach uJJ sefuna umfaka uJJ Jimmy Jumbo by the way. Yeah. So uJJ usefuna umfaka like as a striker. Abengekho lapha so bengibuza ukuthi yini engekho lapha but ubonisile ukuthi yini esilapha ku strike.
But if you get talk they were switching positions. Thiama Mosane, there's some point where Thiama Mosane was on the right going on the left and then coming back to be on center.
Kodwa check I position ya Slayelo isidlala uJihad Hendricks.
Yeah.
So yena uselapha ku striker so bengacabangi ukuthi why lapha until akora ngathi okay sengiyibona.
Mara ace.
Ace.
Togelang ace. Midlands. Gopola first time ke mmona. Na ba ke mmona first time gopola ke buile ka ene ntsa like.
Mara imani woba kunento engihlele ngikhuluma mangithi ligibele ngichazile ku comment ukuthi uthini. Intwana zeResa kunentwana jezi number 6. Ithema isuka ibhola lithi ngedolo. Bahlehla bonke beChiefs. Mahamad ubuya kuyona iChiefs ne. Ubuya kuyona iChiefs. So uthe ngedolo bahlehla ucoach mangibuza ukuthi ubumkhiphelane kuthiwa apparently ngathi ubelimele vele yabona so emva kokuphuma kwakhe iChiefs yaqala yakwazi ukuhlasela because belokhu yena libamba arelaxise alidwebe so mangithi mina ligibele uthi nje kancane bahlehla.
But when we talk about Remember Elite Sports Academy, there's a lot of that we'll see. Baligibela abadlali ngalo, right? They don't play with it. They are really skillful, but it's just them scoring first, but not being able to maintain that lead.
Lento bengisho na ku comment ukuthi iResa sesibonile ukuthi obviously ngeke like pound to pound kwi fitness iChiefs izohlala iphezulu SuperSport izohlala iphezulu so nina manazi ukuthi first half niyakwazi ukusebenza vela nikoreni bo ma 3 goals first half senisebenzela ukudefender second half because yona bikora 1 idlale first half second half bebuya.
I think also pula nenile and then ground really heavy. To be honest, the first thing that
you
ground yabona bayaqedile dry. But bayaqedile dry to so that day nearly so heavy. Tomotemo fitness it's an ante. The type of soccer boost that you use during the game. It says a lot how le mtshameko a kgaladi now. So Resa they don't have a choice out but PK but lo user 6 stats but lo user. Fortunately Chiefs we know they have upper hand banali sponsor banali so they can choose I'm going to use 6 stats and then also again fitness counts because normally with dala mo dry pitch if the pitch is wet it gets heavier o khathala ka pele you start pulling that's why re bonile the substitutions at the first half to the lingata so
you had a conversation Orapileng, right? Because as much as yes the players are there the parents also come through but some of the parents are former players. Fabian McCarthy, who has a son who plays within the Gauteng Development League, Aiden McCarthy, was there and he had a little chit-chat with Rapeleng. Let's hear as to what he had to say.
Football on 216, your favorite youth development football in the southern of Africa. Now I'm standing here with Fabian McCarthy, former player himself, and he is here as a parent to come support the youth development football. Fabian, I can pose a question to you and say, what do you think about Gauteng Development League? What do you think about youth development football in South Africa? Are we on the right track as we see our under 17 have gone out to go play? Is this the right platform for the kids?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. Look, this is very important. You know, some of us, we never played this development league. We never came through an academies. And even if you look at the facility where we are, this is nice, and to see it's in the township, it's close for the boys to come to. The GDL is a good league. It's it's very competitive. You know, some teams are really taking it seriously, even from under 14, under 15. Some coaches want to win at all costs, but I'm saying we're on the right track. We just need to make sure that most of the teams are structured properly, or even have a safe facility of place where they can train every day and they can come and play. Setting is not all the Betway Premiership teams or Motsepe Foundation teams have GDLs, and that, I think, for me, that's the only downfall that we have. But so far, I've been to all of the games if I'm not working, you know, and you see some good talent, young as they are. You need to spot them, you need to polish them slowly but surely, and don't give them that thing to say you have arrived already, but they need to follow the steps and they need to do it properly. I agree, development is not cut and paste, cut and paste, no. But for coaching, is you need these young ones to copy and paste and execute on the field, but there's no shortcut. This is the right way, and I mean, with you guys also covering them, giving them the exposure, it's good.
Okay, thanks, Fabian. Just to sum it up as well, because I just want to talk about the facility since you mentioned it. I'm going to sum it up with a few minutes. I'm going to ask you just two questions. I mean, the condition of the pitch. I mean, you, the former player, you know, you've seen pitches like this. What do you think about the pitch today? And then also, the last one is, you can give us, what do you think about the refereeing? Because we've had a lot of instances where people want to know about the standard of refereeing on the GDL.
Listen, let me start with the pitch conditions. I was Friday out in Chatwood Stadium, where Durban City played Uppington City. Very bad conditions to play under, and also even here, looking at it, even this morning, it's unplayable. I think we're lucky that none of the under 14s really got injured, but you could see the game stopped a lot in the second half. So the conditions for me, it's not playable at all, because these are young boys. These boys want to all fight for the ball. Some are just going in recklessly. I don't even know if the under 19 game will be nice and flowing because of the traffic. You know, you could see in the second half, especially on the near side of these goals where we stand in the middle, the ball even stopped. It's that waterlogged. It's dangerous. I think the coaches must just prepare the boys to say, be cautious, don't just slide into it or just run. You know, and the side of the refereeing, I think that's where they really can improve, needs improvement, and also the way some of the referees are talking to these boys. You know, they don't address the boys properly. They talk to the boys the way they want. Look, this is teenage boys. Some of them are going through their growth spurt and stuff like that. So some of them will question you or will complain. They will show their hands, their body language will show it, but you need to be more matured. So I'm thinking maybe more of these referees watching the games and working on themselves to minimize the things. We don't want to take them to Mr. Spot On, you know. It's no need to go there. They need to solve it here. If you look at even the game that just finished, first half, there was a penalty, blatant penalty in the first half, and even here in the second half, you could see it's dangerous to play under such conditions for these young lads.
Okay, that was Fabian McCarthy. I'd like to thank you for your time, Fabian. I'm going to put him on the challenge. Normally, as I close it, I will say, this is Football on 216. I'm Mr. Cutting Kato. Always, it's a cutting Kato. He doesn't know it, but he'll catch it up.
Well, if you didn't know, now you know. I'll do it for you.
Ow, cutting! Private school and
Talking about that private school, you want to make sure that you hashtag it. It's hashtag football on 216. Share with us what your favorite moments were from the weekend. As you know, it is the Gauteng Development League that we put all the spotlight on. Talking about the Development League, we're not just developing players, but also broadcasters. Orapiling, you were commentating in English. You were speaking English there as well.
It do, but you know English now. I mean, once you go to Kosafa, he's waiting for it. Yeah, I mean, last year December, I think I get an opportunity to do Kosafa under 17 girls tournament, and Kosafa it's only English, so that's where I started going on to it. First time I was like, but I said, you know what, this is an opportunity, you have to jump onto it. And I went on, did the commentary. They liked it, got people from Zambia, people from Namibia, you know, always interacting with me during the commentary. But I think, yeah, I mean, if the opportunity is there, this is the platform you know, you don't keep yourself, don't limit yourself, you know, schools. It's SuperSport schools, we're at school.
Yeah, SuperSport schools, we're definitely at school, classes in session as we relive the magic of the weekend. Talking about the magic, let's continue. The under-17 encounter took place and this was a thumping.
Yeah.
For the home side.
Hey, kgetsi dia motho re bone ha ba no sala ntla resa ka re no ha no. Resa ya tsamaya.
Kuzaba mnandi.
Yeah, go tlo ba monate yona. Mfethu likhosi la buya. Mpama.
You were even singing. Sing it again. Just some baba.
Oh, ha ke gasa ne. Mare ntle le mo ke tla mo gona fa ntle le mo ntsa la kene. La ile gore ba latlhegetswe resa mara ba tshamekile kgwele ntera ba itse last season ba feditse position 2 ntsa la ke ka jalo go ba bona ba no sa pele nna ne ke bona ka re ba tlo go ikwala fa iso
mina mangingakhuluma ngeplayer akwenzeki iplayer lami ngigeje ngihlale ngikhuluma ngobandile Sithola okuyena okoriko lokuqala njalo mayidlala uyakora mfana uphuma eMpumalanga last year uqala kwamombona simbone kwi-engine Champ of Champs bezo represent eMpumalanga and then labo abantu abashilo bathi bafuna ukusala ngapha eJozi bafuna ukudlala iGDL so kwangijabulisa ukuthi mayise ngitshela ku-Instagram ethi hey sengiGDL kwi-Resa mangithi everyday uyakora wakora vele igoli lakhe so ngijabulele lokho ayokunya ngikwazi bengingekho
Okunye uyakwazi ngoba Kaizer Chiefs used the different squad. Tiniso decided to say as in athi ngithi shukela let me just switch up the squad. What do you make of the additions and the changes that were implemented?
You know what I like? What I like about the changes that he made, it's I'll call them senior players, like the likes of Obum Zegezeg. They stood up and then the senior players they have to go on and then carry the team. So I think for that it's the new players that came in, they have to look to people like Obum Zegezeg to see when you are given a chance, this is what you must do.
Yeah, I think especially Zandlo, especially this ukuthi mawulanda iplayer lish ungafani namanye ama team mawuze ne player lish udlale hayi njengamanye ama team ukuthi kune player lish kodwa bawadlalisi.
Yeah, but we'll take it ukuthi they also earned that spot, right?
Ngicabanga kanjalo because ama player amasha about 3 kuphela ama player eswaziyo beku uTashil kuba umzekezeke uMatthew Sinclair kuba uManisi.
Yeah.
I want to go back before we touch on Manis because I know that's a big talking point, right? Tashil, the player of the tournament at the Indian Champ of Champs last season. Let me know. He's playing in a different position now. Obviously, we saw him there. We normally see him playing as a defender, but this time we see him on the wing.
Yeah, ngicabanga ukuthi ikakhulukazi kade singekho isidingo kakhulu sakhe ukuthi abuyele emuva uzokhumbula ukuthi khona bani manje khona uFreeze Egan Freeze kule position ebedlala uTashil so obviously besingekho isidingo sakhe emuva.
Would you not pair Egan Freeze and Tashil at the back?
No, uFreeze uTashil no Egan eyi1 abekubekela amanda 19 uCaptain amanda 19 Highlands Park eyi1 so manje uhambise phambili uFreeze umcheck bedlala eyi1 lapha.
So I was just wondering ukuthi ngeke maybe ufaka uTashil in the middle in the center because we know that he's an orchestrator. Amabhola obviously he conducts ukuthi when they restart play he's the one who orchestrates ukuthi kuye kuphi.
Yeah, ngicabanga ukuthi maybe makulokho uqhubeka mhlawumbe bedlala nabo ma Sundowns and mhlawumbe ngamfaka lana ukuthi naye at but Egan Freeze siyamazi ube captain ena 15 captain under 19 Highlands Park edlala emuva so yeah.
Alrighty. Yasin money. That is a big talking point. Obviously, boy from Cape Town doing big things at Kaizer Chiefs. The first free kick was given to him, Wakecha, but he was just like, he got his head back into the game, and we saw magic from him.
I'm happy for Menis because I think last year there was a bit of there was a bit of nyana, but I see since the season has begun, he's upping his game. But utukumbule khaya mfowethu.
I think we don't talk enough about the sacrifices that some of these players actually make for their dreams.
ene ke bana ba bannyane o sa lebala ba lekane le nna le wena ora bona ka kgona go adapt to a new environment le ka bane le nnye tlwaetse go captain go diragala so ka fa go diragale so ha re
And your Chiefs.
even though tshamekela Chiefs mara go gape ba re ga ba motho go thebe phatswa ntsa like o ka se lebale go tswang teng
ngicela ukufaka le kancane bafethu so into eyenzakalayo sisakhuluma ngasekhaya kunama player adlala ku GDL into engiyitholayo ahlala wodwa eHillbrow so ma umzali wazi
bahlala kuphi
eHillbrow wodwa ama player 15 16 adlala ku GDL so leyo nto leyo ma umzali wazi ne player lakhe edlala bomavethi edlala kuphi sifake nje manje kumele wazi ukuthi uhlala lapho umzali na ama team sacela ukuthi azame ukuthi azi exactly ukuthi le player ihlala nobani kuphi kanjani. But low information is also I think kumele senze show ngayo leyo nto leyo.
Yeah, 100%. A call to action. Yes, the kids may be chasing their dreams, but they still have to be safe. They still have education that they also need to chase. So let's make a priority as people who are part of the Gauteng Development League, as the adults, to make sure that we know where these kids are, make sure that they're safe, but also they're balancing both the books and the balls. Yasin Mani, guys, just quickly, you guys just touched on, he was Belashisa. Is that what we're going to say?
the money
No,
Let's talk about let's talk about the free kick that he took and his long range that he took.
Mina into engizoyishala izandla ngishaya izandla umuntu ebizayo Transemanzi inte siyazi ukuthi uye ejwayele ukuthatha ama free kicks and ube khona wamiyekela so ngishaya izandla ukuthini ukuthi amiyeke lokuqala leli hayi goalkeeper
ayilele bota lele mfana
la khohla
You can freeze yet again.
the money pay back the money alagash
Ofaka ama packs amshiya lenga.
so shilo ngifaka ama packs mfanul technique.
Yeah.
What now then do we say about this under 17 side? Because you have Fries who knows how to score, Manis who knows how to score, Sinclair who knows how to score, Tashil knows how to score.
umuntu ebizayo ingenile naye
Montebiza Rolls Royce.
hayi baphela abantu hayi baphela abantu hayi ngithi so ngicabanga ukuthi ingijabulisa kakhulu yakhumbula senza neMamelodi Sundowns ngasho ngathi yo le side leli kunojobe lapha
Yahobula
uJersey number 11 thema lisuka nje angazi masuka lithi ngedola ngathi mfana wami wena
fiso nenhleke player go batla batho ba mangwele awusabeli ngwele mona o player shamu fiso batla lengwele o iroba le ka khubu
yeah la under 17 I think from comparing to Amanda 17 last year bengishilo ukuthi abengekho that much but now I know Hanswempu kakhulu.
I still wonder what the goal of the season is going to be because he also had a free kick that is Mr. Money and this is what it looked like. Absolutely sugar like pela cream.
bona kaetsa
lento bengisho ukuthi ubuhlakani baka Royce imoto ebizayo ukuyekela uManisi
Yeah.
because wonke ama free kicks yaza shawa bani
Everyone was expecting for Royce to go for that free kick because they know for always the free kick is Royce. But wabona it's a good Jimmy in that one.
ena ro haya malaji mun aye
That's why from the training ground.
Yeah. It was a 5-1 victory for Kaizer Chiefs and they march on. And then the under-19 encounter also took place. And this is where, finally, remember Elite Sports Academy got their big boys to represent the institution and at least go back to to Chairman Xolani and say, Nayok Bega, here's our 3 points. Here's a victory that we secured on the day.
kgetera go slatlhegelo gangwe gabedi gararo no nane ntse ke bona vele ba tlo gapa ne ke the Chiefs go re bogale Chiefs is strong re bone ba tle ba bola motshameko mfa eso mara go jwe gane mona go ganyena
ngeke I think Mr Mathumbu uthe hayibo lento yasekhaya ngeke because remember ukuthi be coach bani uMathumbu bani igama lakhe but under 19 Sandile Mathumbu ushilo wathi ngeke lento yasekhaya ngeke ngizodla
And now ka la tlhoko under 19 ya Resa I think last year then the Baja Chiefs. I told me
even tse gabedi last year
Yeah.
even under 17
since go Koska coach Koska last year
but I think credit must go to this boy Unthatile Lemao. He was injecting the Kaizer Chiefs defense Lemao and Olibele Kabelo Mufukeng in the middle of the park as well. Bandile Khadebe. I mean, Resa was all over. And then Reboni Mutsamiko Arona or Ma adoptiling number 8 Arona Orumufile the Under Armour boots.
Is he not?
Oh, number 3,
Number 3, yeah, Samkelo Mthombe, yeah.
and udlala ngendlela isima and uyakuphela kade ngawe lapha egroundini abanye ade bayawa yena kawo
But I think looking more under 19 again, I think the second half, Kaizer Chiefs played very well because there's a player that I was watching, Lala right wing back, Maimani Piri. Yes, he's the son to Alfred Maimani Piri. My information is credible always. So you feel from Maimani Piri. So Maimani Piri had a lot of chances. So I don't know left with the yeah, no, he had a lot of chances. Second half, like in the middle of more boxing. He took the ball to the left. I thought he would take the shot. I think he did that 3 or 4 times. I thought he'll take the shot, but most of the time when he wants to pass or something, I think I train a lot to
mina ngayikhuluma lento kwi first game of the season which was Sisemeko Arts Park Chiefs ne SuperSport khona into omele ihlangana lapha ku Kaizer Chiefs otherwise izosokola kulonyaka Kaizer Chiefs under 19 kunento omele ihlangana uzokhumbula na ku SuperSport ba strike lisha kanjani so under 19 kumele kube khona into ehlanganayo lapha but into engizoyincoma ngibone mabeqala befaka umayimaye baqala ke lanyakaza because uzokhumbula ukuthi unsalake ulimele uvilakati uhlangana novila ayinsimbi goalkeeper.
You talk about Kaizer Chiefs struggling in the under-19 side. Let's also not forget that they've got a DDC side. So most of these players, as soon as David Matebula gets the rhythm, they get promoted.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that because I think in the development, until you develop and then if it is a go pay. So I don't think there's anything wrong. The thing is now when you get new players, the season is still new. The season. So I think maybe as time goes on, they will gel. Yeah, Rebono Khonale Elshon, that's Hamaka Sevens Academy. Kaizer Chiefs bench is too heavy. Elshon Haram on that game. So Nali Tengo game, but I think the gelling, thing to play for the bench.
Lefangwana la ringa ene bana.
Panado.
La ringa lefangwana.
No,
Panado.
La percent.
Ay, mamela.
But also, let's not forget the Kaizer Chiefs had a lot of injuries for the under-19. Ben is currently out.
Umlangi nagekho gift poke akekho mokokosi bahambile yeah no
Tsala another casualty over the weekend Khobetse Molengole ne kitse ke tlo founela Edgar to find out how the boy is doing but what bone ba motsetse go hospital ka ambulance Tsala ke I hope it's not that bad since Ben Eliao asiyo Mkhunu lena almost uratilo thola injury if thola injury then for that left hand side ya Chiefs eliminates.
Alrighty, it was Kaizer Chiefs, unfortunately, their first defeat and the only defeat at the weekend to Remember Elite Sports Academy, the under-19 division, the big boys. But it was Remember Elite Sports Academy who had the last laugh, 3 points in the bag for them. As I said, some off-air sprinkles is what we're going to be gracing you with. We got to talk to Mani. Yasid Mani, all the way from Cape Town for Kaizer Chiefs, as he got a brace in that under-17 encounter.
Mnandi maiguwe futhi ngeke bakuthathele yona last week kene ke brace ya the free kicks with a left footer. Today again yet another brace with a left footer. Yasin Manis, Nyauti, how's it, man?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, man. Hey bro, tell me something, man. Your free kicks in Tetu, where did you learn to strike a ball?
I always do extra work. When we are done training, I stay for 10 minutes and I try with free kicks.
So, do you normally score these goals in training, or maybe today was just a lucky day?
I always score during training. Even when I try, it's perfect.
You know, as commentators, you know that as commentators, you play in the middle of the park, right? But now I saw you playing as a center back. How did it come about?
The national team players who went to the national team AFCON. It's Kayam Zimela, he plays normally as the left center back.
Okay.
And the other players they went. So the coach did put me there because of he knows what I can do.
Oh, yeah. Antona, thank you, man. Good luck for the future.
Thank you.
Mnandi is football on 216.
Always exciting catching up with the young lads when they're off the pitch. On the pitch, they've got a lot to say to the referees, but when you have a one-on-one with them, they've got nothing to say. Well, I'm joking. Not that they don't have anything to say. no.
I get it, Itumele, you must understand, during the game, adrenaline is rushing there. The heart rate is too high. Everything happens very quickly there, but once they come, then to themselves.
Yeah, it's actually the sweetest thing.
Yeah. O motlile ntse la ka ke mmotsa gore a mme ke lucky ile khotsa o rena ha ba hetsa go ikatisa fa eso wa sala wa di tsaya ka go bontsha gore blotole le rutegile ebile gape ke moditse kare re go di tshameka mo center man mo gare ga mpa lebala gore rengwe tshameka ko morago a bua rena ba tsamile bo mokoko so he had gore a boele ko morago tsa eno tshamekile sentle.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we like to see. Also love hearing those stories about sacrifice that these players put into their work, because it certainly it pays off. It doesn't end with the Gauteng Development League. Their future is certainly bright. As you can see, I'm wearing the jersey of SuperSport United. You're wondering as to how they did this weekend? Well, I've got the 4-1-1 for you. They played up against Tuks, the under-13s. It was Tuks they played to a 2-2 draw for the under-13s. Under-14s, it was Tuks who defeated them. It was a 4-2 victory in favour of Tuks. The under-15s, SuperSport United securing that 3-2 victory. Under-17s, SuperSport United a 1-0 victory. And the under-19s, SuperSport United securing a 3-0 victory.
Guess who scored on that 1-0 under 17 Supers? Hamba Will Arthur. Anytime goal scorer.
I think it's team MS2 engi supporter kule season SuperSport United. I'm under 19.
Number 1.
SOE Baba, we should say SOE. That sounds excellent. So I think because iyadlala ngendlela esimanga. Into engayiboni kahle team engayiboni kahle Highlands Park under 19 because you're my defending champions linde lokhulu ukubona.
Yeah, it's still going to be a long season ahead. So much more magic and so much more talent is what we're going to be witnessing. You want to make sure that you stay glued to your seats when we come back. We get into the refereeing. We get into the decisions that took place. A red card was given. Was it the correct decision? Yes or no? We've got a man who's got all the answers. Make sure that you go nowhere. Welcome back. You're still watching Football on 216, exclusive to SuperSport Schools as well as the SABC Plus app. We want you to be part of the conversation, so use that hashtag. It's the only one that matters. It's hashtag Football on 216. We love hearing from you. Just want to send a big shout out to Daniela, who is the sister of Wade, who plays for Kaizer Chiefs. Love her so much. Every single week she comes to the games. This week she was in her regalia and she was just like, I love you guys so much. So absolutely a big shout out to you. The biggest kisses and the biggest, warmest hug virtually that we are sending to you. Now, from the toughest decisions that are made on the weekend to those controversial ones, that get you thinking, was this the right decision, yes or no? Tonight, we'll put all that happened this weekend to rest, as we've got a man on the hot seat. He's someone who's done it all. Refereeing is his thing. He retired in the year 2022, but he's very famous for the red card. Abel Mabas. Maputa, even I should get a red card for that.
Send him out, Rev.
I should get a red card for that. Apologies. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Exciting to see you on the other side of life, right? So those who know the PSL would know you in shorts, tuck in, very strict, no smile.
Yeah.
But now every single weekend, the Gauteng Development League, this new crop of players will say, Abel Maputa, the man who's always in suits.
How?
Yes. How does it feel being on the other side of life?
No, it's fine. You know, I'm enjoying developing these young referees. I'm very, very, very helpful to them. Happy to see them every weekend. Because I'm definitely sure that each and every weekend, these young and upcoming referees are learning something from me.
The biggest question that many people will ask, where do you find the referees? Do you go to the courses and then select from there? Do they apply? Probably someone is sitting at home and they're just like, I want to be a referee and I'd love to start in the Gauteng Development League.
Most probably, these young and upcoming referees, they're coming from the teams, they are players. Those young ones that are not playing most of the time are the ones that are coming to us to say, no, I want to become a referee. Then we take them to the paces. We teach them the laws of the game. We train them. And then one of the good days, you'll see them in the GDL.
We saw Kgopolang Taonyane being a referee and then coming to be a player as well. So when he says they are players, a good example, Kgopolang Taonyane.
Yeah.
Definitely sure. I think right now, he was the referee of the tournament at Engine.
Yes.
And also a player of the tournament at the Engine.
Yes.
You see?
When we say we're gifted as South Africans, we're not just saying it.
Referees and the players and the coaches actually are in the same pot. We are cooking them in the same pot, because if there's no referee in the game, definitely sure the game won't play.
Yeah. And we go as young as 13, right? I remember there was a time when Ching Ching started out. It was a game, TS Galaxy. I remember that.
Yeah.
But we were told that he had been refereeing way before that.
Who?
Little Ching Ching.
From?
Soweto, I think the Soweto.
Oh, from Soweto.
Yes, he's grown now.
Yeah, now I know. Even Tato Maho.
Yes.
Now he's in DDC.
Oh, love it.
Definitely sure he even went to Tanzania for this under 17 tournament, and he went to also to Lesotho. Yes. As young as he is right now, he's 20. Yeah, now he's 20, and he is doing DDC games now.
Yeah, I think before siyongena kula malo kama clips and kunento wayisho kimi silaphana eMegawatt Park, you had an incident neKaizer Chiefs. You were like, mina mangiref no one is special. Yini kubaluleke kangakanani ukuthi mawuref kungabi khona team ekuzothiwa special, kungabi khona team ekuzothiwa no le special?
Every team, I think every team is equal. There is no one who's special than anyone.
Yeah.
We have to treat them the same. If Team A is wrong, is wrong. If Team B is wrong, is wrong. There is no way that this team is Kaizer Chiefs or this one is SuperSport, then Kaizer Chiefs must be treated better than SuperSport. No. All the teams have to be treated the equal as it's supposed to be. Because when we are in the field of play, we don't choose, we don't support any of the teams. We're only doing our jobs.
Yeah, fairness. That's what we preach at the Gauteng Development League. But we need to get into the business of the day. There's so much that we can ask Mr. Maputa, but let's ask about this weekend. The under-14 encounter that saw a 3-0 victory in favor of Kaizer Chiefs. There was a penalty denied in the 18th area. This was for Kaizer Chiefs. Ria had a couple of slips actually in the box, if you do remember that game. Let's talk about it. Here's the moment. Take us through it. Was it the right decision? Yes or no?
This was a penalty kick. This was supposed to be a penalty kick.
Can we actually have a play again?
No,
Can we, I'm producer to please play it again.
Yeah.
I see check.
And then maybe freeze it there.
You see? You see the clip from behind. You know why the referee did not see that? It's because he was running right behind them. If he was
positioning of the
if he
referee.
took a slide to the left, he would have seen what happened.
But what about the assistant referee? I think on that side, the assistant referee was on the right-hand side. Doesn't he have to be like on the line, just see the action, or is it difficult for him to see that as well?
If you look at that,
Yeah.
the leg that clipped the attacking player is on the left, and then the assistant referee did not have a clear view of what happened.
That was a serious foul play.
No, it's just a penalty kick. And then
Use the correct terms also.
Yeah, the correct terms.
he was tripped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was tripped.
Yeah.
That was stopping a promising attack inside the penalty area. If the player was challenging for the ball, then you are going to award a penalty kick, and also you are not going to caution the player. But if he was not challenging for the ball, then you are going to caution.
So are you saying you were going to award a penalty but not caution the tackling player? Because now the ball was right in front of Uriah had the right of the ball. The player was coming from behind. Tackle from behind, is it allowed?
It's not allowed. That is why I say it was supposed to be a penalty kick.
Okay.
There's no way.
Let's talk about that. They normally say that you can't get double punishment.
There is no way that somebody cannot be punished twice.
Is it? Yeah.
The law says if he was challenging for the ball, then we reduce. It's no longer going to be a caution. But if he was not challenging for the ball, then he will be punished twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for me, that one looked like he was taking one for the team because the ball wasn't even there. Like he came late. He was very late. I think he could have awarded the penalty and then put a red card on top of it.
No, not even a red card, but the yellow card, yes, because he was not challenging for the ball. The ball was already far away from.
I want us to go to the under-17 encounter, right? Because there was a penalty that was also denied over there. Can we roll the clip? Let's take a look at it. Let's dissect it. Ref, let us know. Right decision, yes or no?
So is this the red card or which one is this?
It's a denied penalty.
Okay. Zegezek. Let's see now. In the box, takes one out, shoots, and he still have the...
Awa, agna next lapan. Agna next lapan.
So,
Next.
Agna next
There
lapan.
is nothing.
He turned around like
That particular player, the player is the one who initiated the contact.
Agna next lapan.
No, but
He initiated the contact.
Here it is again.
He was not fouled.
okay. Papa Oshebe Matthew Sinclair. I mean, like
He was
the way
not.
I tell you,
He was not fouled.
Ngendlela athene ngayo or ubese ready uzoba. Ubezothena bheke.
No, he check him here.
He was not. This one was not fouled. This one was not fouled.
Check the leg of number 14.
The leg is there.
He put the leg up and then he holds.
He initiated the contact. He wanted to be contacted.
No,
He wanted that contact. That is why after
But he's
feeling that
facing
he
the other way.
after feeling that there was a contact on him, he fell down.
He was facing the other way. I mean, like he didn't even see who's behind him.
I understand what you are telling me because those are the players they were told.
Agna next and
They were taught to do that immediately when they entered the penalty area. Most of them they were taught that when you enter, do something.
Yeah.
So that one,
next.
he was supposed to be cautioned for simulation.
But he's leading 5-1.
He initiated the contact, which was simulation.
I wish you had cards on you right now, right? What's going on between you and Orapeleng is a scenario that I want to put onto the pitch. Do some players influence the decision of the referees due to their personalities?
Yeah, some of them they do. Some of them they do.
So how then do we train referees to be stern with what the book says and for them not to be shaken?
I remember when you are a referee, they most of the time they say to you, you must have the nerves of steel. Some of the things you don't have to listen to them because referees has been insulted.
100%.
They've been insulted and then we don't even care about whatever he says. But when the player comes towards the referee, talking the way he wants to talk, then we're having a problem of saying, no, now this particular player, he is ill-disciplined. This particular player need to be cautioned for dissent by word towards the referee.
Mhlambe silandelele le question yakhe. I-crowd ke yona. But influence kanjani ama decision abo ref because sibona abo ref abaningi benza ama decision based on ukuthi i-crowd izothi
But also while you're there, I think keep that one in. I'm putting in the second one as well to say this is development football. We only play up until under 19. Most of the boys under 14, under 15, they're still growing. I'm gonna take it to the bench because most of what we see is coming from the benches. So I think maybe you can start answering Yaga's piece. Does the crowd play the influence on the decision of the referee? And then also most of the commotion we've been with you on the touchline and we saw it happen. So
as long as you know what you are doing in the field of play, you cannot be influenced by the crowd.
Nerves of steel.
You cannot be influenced by the crowd because you know what you are doing. You know what you came here to do.
And then what about the benches? Because sometimes on the show we're looking at the fixtures and say, but that fixture will need someone with the nerves of steel. I think we've touched on it to say, this fixture, if we give it to that referee, they might not be able to control it.
Yeah.
But now, because we know if there's a big fixture, the benches, how do you manage or handle the benches? Because sometimes it might not be in the field. It's what happens on the field, and then the benches start reacting.
That's why there is fourth official. The fourth official must be strong enough to say, what you are doing is not right. If you continue doing this, it means now he has to take the message to the referee. A referee in the field of play who will come and deal with whatever the fourth official has alluded to him to say, no, this particular person did this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you as a referee, you will see what you do. Immediately when after he has been told that this particular official has said 1, 2, 3, 4, or has done 1, 2, 3, then he will take the decision.
I want us to go to this moment. There was a red card that we saw this weekend. It was, unfortunately, Sfiso Nkosi, right, from Remember Elite Sports Academy. The under-17 encounter where Kaizer Chiefs secured that emphatic 5-1 victory. Ref, let's play you the clip. Let me know. Right decision, yes or no? Because they said, go take a shower, my boy.
Now it's a slip bag. No, Ion. No, ubengenayo intention yokudlala lokho angisiwo ref ngifuna and iyangithatha ba siphethe ref ngizoqala ngikhuluma mina umqondo wami bese ayilungisa lo muntu bengenayo intention yokudlala ibhola ubeyodlala umuntu definitely straight
Okay,
rate.
can they play it again? They want to happen.
Straight rate ubengenayo intention yokudlala ibhola ubeyodlala umuntu straight rate.
We're going to play it back for you. We're going to play it back for you. We're going to roll it again.
Did Egan Freeze continue with the game after that?
Yes, he did.
Egan Freeze.
He did. Ref, I want us to replay that clip just quickly, and then I want you to take me through it. Was it the right decision to give him the red? Yes or no, and why?
Okay.
This is bag.
Egan Freeze has the ball.
Yona.
That's a serious foul play, Mr.
Bengenayo intention yokudlala ibhola.
That's a serious foul play.
I just want to come to Sfiso. Sfiso.
Yeah.
In a game of football, when you are a referee, you are not acting on intention.
Yeah.
Because we are not psychologists.
Okay. Yeah.
We are not psychologists. We are judging for the action, what the player has done, action on that time, at that time, to say no, this one.
Yeah.
As Ora has said, that was serious foul play. He used brutality against an opponent with stats on the shin.
Shaolin Sock.
Definitely sure Mr. Zawojane, he did not hesitate because he realized that this particular player has done this because he was not playing football. He just went to the shin of the opponent with the stats, with force,
brutality.
I'm telling you, serious foul play. That is how it is. We cannot even go back to say no. Mr. Zoyan was 100% correct. Yes.
Well, Mr. Maputa, time has run out, right? But as your surname says, Maputa, Puta, you're going to leave, but you're going to be back. Okay, this is going to be your home because there are many moments that we need to go through. James, it's been absolutely incredible. As you know, man. This is when we get to love and leave you. But one thing that we want to remind you is that you need to be making sure that tonight at 10 p.m., in the next 30 minutes, we're backing our boys, the under-17, as they will be playing their first game out in Egypt. Well, out in Morocco, up against Egypt. It is the under-17 AFCON that is taking place over there. But hi, they say time flies when you're having fun, and that's exactly what has happened. My name is Itumeleng Khosikhadia Khabanda, Orapeleng Mokhaki, Sfiso Butlekong Simango, not forgetting Ntanagomaweza Lebogang Makume, and our referee, former referee, and certainly someone who's putting us in check, that being Abel Maputa. Until we meet again next week, there's no Gauteng Development League this week, so we wish all the players a really good rest. Next time when we see you, we want goals galore, and let the magic continues, because this is your stage to shine. Good night.